Major funding for KPBS Evening Edition has been made possible in part by Bill Howe Family of Companies, providing San Diego with plumbing, heating, air, restoration, and flood services for over 45 years. Call 1-800-BILL-HOWE or visit BillHowe.com. And by the Conrad Prebys Foundation, Darlene Marcos Shiley, and by the following. And by viewers like you. Thank you.
Good evening. It's Wednesday, June 24th. Thanks for joining us. I'm Maya Trabulsi. Tijuana residents may have to ration water this summer. A water supply crisis there is pushing city leaders to look into recycling sewage for drinking. KPBS environment reporter Tammy Murga says this week they visited Oceanside to learn about a drought-proof solution.
This week, some residents in Tijuana had their water cut off. It's become a common occurrence.
Sí se hace falta que le pongan atención al tema del agua en todos los sentidos.
Pipes break repeatedly, and the Colorado River, the city's main water source, is drying up. Arana says recycling wastewater is one way to fix the problem. To learn from a city already doing that, she and other Baja California officials visited Oceanside's pure water facility.
What if you take this wastewater, right, and you clean it enough so you can drink it? Crazy idea, right? But we did it.
The facility turns 3 million gallons of recycled wastewater a day into drinking water for Oceanside residents. Esther Sanchez is Oceanside's mayor. She says the new water source has reduced the city's reliance on the Colorado River. She believes the solution will work in Tijuana, as it has for her city.
The only way to get there is through sharing information and having this ongoing dialogue.
Officials say recycling wastewater in Tijuana would also address the long-standing cross-border sewage crisis.
If they could begin reducing some of that flow that's currently going across the border, that would not only help Tijuana become more water resilient, but it would also begin to alleviate a political problem that not just Tijuana has, but Mexico has with the United States.
Arana says the San Diego region is showing Tijuana that residents must also play an important role in conserving the city's water supply.
Vaya a la vivienda también, que nos enseñen cómo podemos reutilizar y reusar el agua.
Tijuana officials say they plan to meet with other cities in the region and Mexico that are investing in water recycling. Tammy Murga, KPBS News.
Well, not much change with our low temperature, that's for sure. And really, temperature-wise, not much change for our coastal communities. But we are seeing the peak of the heat really past most of us at this point. We're going to start a little bit of a downward trend. That's the biggest change coming as we head towards the end of the week. But I'll break down exactly what to expect coming up.
President Donald Trump dropped a bombshell this morning, canceling plans to sign a landmark housing affordability bill until he gets action on his controversial elections overhaul legislation. Cole Higgins reports.
President Donald Trump visiting Capitol Hill Wednesday, but not signing a historic bipartisan housing bill as originally planned. Instead, opting to take the chance to pressure senators at a GOP lunch to pass his Save America Act.
It's a complete indifference to the cost squeeze on American families and to genuine efforts to do something about it.
The housing bill aims to tackle America's affordability crisis through encouraging more housing supply and encouraging local governments to reform zoning and permitting restrictions. The bill also includes a first-of-its-kind limit on private equity, prohibiting large investors from buying single-family homes. It passed both chambers of Congress with broad bipartisan support.
I can't think of anything that is a better way to celebrate the 250th anniversary of this country than making it easier for people to pursue the American dream of home ownership.
Less than 2 hours before the president's planned signing, he posted on social media, "Today's housing news conference and signing is hereby canceled until such time as we pass the desperately needed Save America Act, which I consider to be a national emergency." That bill would tighten ID requirements to vote in U.S. elections.
We have to press for election integrity measures. That's why we've made it a top priority.
While it has passed in the House, the elections bill has struggled to get support in the Senate. I'm Cole Higgins reporting.
An initiative to help San Diegans at risk of losing food assistance is going to a vote before the County Board of Supervisors tomorrow. KPBS reporter Jacob Ayer says it's in response to new federal requirements the county says could lead to over 93,000 local residents having their CalFresh benefits eliminated or reduced in the next year.
H.R. 1 is a statement.
In front of the county's administration center in downtown San Diego, Supervisor Monica Montgomery Stepp was joined by leaders of San Diego food banks. They say federal policy has created a food crisis. Feeding San Diego CEO Bob Kamensky says they've seen a 22% jump in need over the last year.
When you add the combined effects of a partial government shutdown and a new federal fiscal year taking effect, our food distributions have been averaging 230,000 households every month and climbing.
As of June 1st, many who receive food benefits now have to prove they've satisfied new federal work requirements. The county says this could lead to thousands of local residents losing their food benefits or having them reduced. In response, Supervisor Stepp is proposing the Safety Net Bridge program. It would use $1 million in the county's upcoming yearly budget to hold additional food distribution events.
Working alongside Feeding San Diego and the San Diego Food Bank, we will bring food directly into communities expected to be hit hardest by H.R. 1. We'll follow the data and adjust as needed to make sure resources are reaching the people who need them most.
The events will be held in El Cajon, Chula Vista, Oceanside, Kearny Mesa, and 2 locations in Spring Valley. Stepp says this growing need isn't happening by accident. It's the result of a cruel policy choice.
When you take food away from struggling families, you don't create stronger communities. You create more instability, more hardship, more families pushed to the brink.
Stepp says her staff will return to the board in September with a plan for a pilot program to address federal changes to health insurance requirements. Jacob Ayer, KPBS News.
San Diego County supervisors are voting on a new budget tomorrow. It's expected to increase staffing in some of the county's justice and law enforcement offices. As Kevin Trevelyan reports, the move is in response to a recent statewide ballot initiative that's caused a spike in felony charges.
California voters overwhelmingly supported Proposition 36 in 2024. It created harsher penalties for some repeat drug and theft crimes while mandating time behind bars or treatment. But the initiative itself did not provide new funding to help counties deal with the extra costs tied to a larger docket of felony charges. San Diego County Sheriff Kelly Martinez says Prop 36 defendants often have greater medical needs and require longer jail stays due to their treatment requirements.
We have a lot of programming in the jails, and if they stay with us for a period of time where we can really work on those substance use disorder issues, we have a lot of job training. There's a lot of opportunity.
That squeeze is why the county's latest budget proposal gives the sheriff's office more than $15 million in new Prop 36 related funding. Among other things, the money would support 23 new sworn officers and reentry staff, which includes counselors and coordinators. Martinez says that staffing would help her office build on recent success with in-house rehab programs.
So we're experiencing impacts as far as more hospital runs, more impacts to staff, higher booking numbers, which we have to take care of folks when they're in our custody. So that impacts all of our operations.
The proposed county budget would also stand up more than 30 new positions across the Public Defender's Office and Probation Department in response to Prop 36. And it includes more than $3 million in one-time state funding to build out behavioral health services for defendants. Still, detractors have long claimed that Prop 36 prioritizes imprisoning defendants over treating them. Samantha Itazawa, a staff attorney for the ACLU of San Diego and Imperial Counties, says the proposed county budget reflects that.
In dire times when the state faces tough choices and belt tightening, it should invest in the solutions proven to work: healthcare, services, and treatment, not just more punishment and incarceration.
The County Board of Supervisors is expected to finalize the new budget tomorrow. Kevin Trevelyan, KPBS News.
Dozens of immigrants have described health concerns or a lack of adequate medical care at the ICE detention center in Otay Mesa. That's according to a new investigation from our Public Matters partner, iNewsSource. Reporter Sofia Mejias Pasco joins me now to break down what's been happening. Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
How are people describing the conditions at the Otay Mesa Detention Center, Sophia?
So for this project, we reviewed hundreds of habeas corpus petitions. These are legal filings from immigrants in ICE custody challenging their detention. And what we saw were dozens of immigrants mentioning concerns over their medical care or their own health conditions at Otay Mesa. And these could be, straightforward conditions from having high blood pressure to more serious conditions. One man who has a rare life-threatening liver disease, who multiple doctors wrote letters for saying that he needed intense treatment and medical testing, which he said was not provided at the Otay Mesa Detention Center.
Now, as you mentioned in your reporting, you talked to former detainees with specific medical concerns, just as you had mentioned, that were not accommodated. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, I'll talk about one person in particular because I think her story really highlights some of the issues that we've been looking into in Otay Mesa. This is Hannah Engon. She was 24 when she was detained by ICE. She came to the U.S. in 2022 and is married to a U.S. citizen and was in the process of getting her green card when she was detained by ICE in November. And Hannah is a type 1 diabetic, and she's lived most of her life with this condition. She spent most of her life, learning how to fine-tune her treatment, everything from, up to 10 shots of insulin a day to exercise and diet and sleep, all these things that can affect one's blood sugar. But that treatment routine really went out the window when she was detained at Otay Mesa. She went nearly 2 days without getting insulin, she said, which is a lapse that doctors said was dangerous and really just unacceptable.
So how have things changed at the detention center since President Donald Trump took office again?
Yeah, so I'll say it's hard to understand exactly whether what has changed in the medical care at Otay Mesa from one administration to the next, but we can say that calls for ambulances to the Otay Mesa Detention Center have gone up in the first about 14 months of Trump's second term in office. So under Biden, it was about 2 calls for ambulances per week, and now it's almost 3 per week. And those calls show that the detention center staff are reporting issues like seizures, respiratory issues, acute mental distress, and a miscarriage, among other issues.
Okay, so how have immigration services and the private prison company that manages Otay Mesa responded to reports of inadequate care there?
Yeah, so both the Department of Homeland Security and CoreCivic have declined requests for comment from iNewsSource. The Department of Homeland Security has said that the health care that immigrants received in its detention and ICE detention is some of the best that they've received in their lives, and that those immigrants have access to medical, mental health, and emergency care. CoreCivic, for its part, has said that nurses screen detainees when they are admitted, when they are first detained at the Otay Mesa Detention Center, that they look for chronic conditions and that they receive appropriate care for those conditions. But really they did not respond to specific allegations about cases that we brought to them.
So my understanding is San Diego County supervisors have been pushing for more oversight at the detention center. So can you tell us what is next for Otay Mesa?
Yeah, so the county supervisors sued earlier this year under a new state law to be able to inspect the Otay Mesa Detention Center. They recently succeeded in that lawsuit, and the county has said that it completed that inspection a few weeks ago, and they will be releasing a report with the findings hopefully sometime next month.
Sophia, thank you so very much for this very important reporting. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
And iNewsSource is an independently funded nonprofit partner of KPBS. This story is part of our Public Matters partnership. To find out more, go to kpbs.org/publicmatters.
I'm Amna Nawaz. Tonight on the NewsHour, we explore new signs of tensions between President Trump and the Republican Party. That's coming up at 7 after Evening Edition on KPBS.
Looking for a new job can feel like a full-time job, but there is some good news on the hiring front. Jen Sullivan looks at employment trends and how applicants can stand out.
On paper, the job market looks promising and unemployment rate is low. So why are so many people struggling to get hired right now? In May, job gains came in leisure and hospitality, healthcare, and local government. But if you're not looking for opportunities in those industries, it can be tough to land a new position. But there is good news.
We've started to seeing that hiring activity pick up across the board.
Dawn Fay with recruiting firm Robert Half says they recently conducted a survey among U.S. hiring managers and found 32% of those who eliminated positions after implementing AI are now rehiring for those roles or similar ones.
They're actually bringing employees back into the organization to basically be able to handle the workload that they thought AI was going to be able to replace.
Fay says instead, companies are now relying on AI to take on more routine tasks.
The communication, the judgment, the oversight, the institutional knowledge that employees have, that the technology up to this point is just not being able to kind of replace all of that.
If you're looking for a new job, Fay recommends writing a cover letter that highlights your accomplishments and explains why you want to work there. Don't just apply online. Track down a hiring manager and reach out to them directly.
I know it can take some time and be a little frustrating. Stay with it and don't feel like you've got to wait 2 or 3 months till the summer ends.
If you do land an interview, Fay suggests asking what their timeline is to hire for the position and what the next steps are in the interview process. For Consumer Watch, I'm Jen Sullivan.
A new documentary tells the story of some Southern California moms who got together to fight back against anti-LGBTQ activists. Our military reporter, Andrew Dyer, says their work led to a series of KPBS reports about an active duty Navy SEAL involved with members of a hate group.
In the trailer for Mom's Club, we're brought back to the intense fights over LGBTQ+ student rights at school boards in 2022 and 23.
You're in Sacramento proposing things that pervert children.
And we're introduced to the team of moms who fought back.
I'm talking about what's happening here. They're talking about what's happening in their communities, and we see a pattern.
It's like joining a heist crew. Everyone's got a really specific set of skills.
Nobody should mess with moms who grew up on social media because we have the ability to find anything.
Mom's Club is a new documentary from directors Rocky Romano and Miranda Winters. It tells the story of a small group of Southern California moms brought together when right-wing activists began showing up at school board meetings, including in Temecula. Some of the same activists were also involved in anti-LGBTQ+ demonstrations in 2023 at the Santee YMCA. Independent photojournalist Kelly Stewart started documenting the protests. She's featured in the film.
So I started just driving around Southern California, and at each place I would meet some of the moms, and they would say, "Hey, we saw this picture of this Proud Boy at this other place. Who is that?" And so I kind of connected all these moms from different areas into a Signal group.
Signal is an encrypted texting app. The moms noticed one person at the front of a lot of the anti-LGBTQ+ protests. He hung around members of the Proud Boys and other hate groups and used a fake name. They had no idea who he was. In 2023, KPBS first reported the man, Bryce Henson, was an active duty Navy SEAL. In the film, Stewart recounts how they identified him.
There was one member of the Moms Club. She went back through all the school board meetings. She found the very first meeting he ever spoke at where he used his name.
Co-director Rocky Romano says they didn't set out to film a documentary on school board protests. They were following dark money trails.
So we covered probably almost 300 protests in the streets of Los Angeles since the George Floyd murder. And slowly but surely, we started putting together these different factions and how they would keep showing up and they were working together. Well, we really didn't have a connection, but then we found an interesting connection that led to higher up organizations. And we thought, wow, can we prove that these upper shadow network is actually helping control what's happening in our streets and the violence in the streets? And that's what we set out to do.
Romano connected with Stewart during those Los Angeles area protests. Protests over masks, vaccines, and racial justice. So many different issues. At first, what the documentary would be about wasn't clear.
We didn't know that it was going to go in this direction about the attacks on trans kids until the moms got involved.
Telling the story of the nebulous web of donors and political groups Romano says were behind many protests was going to be a tough undertaking.
Because it is so complex and almost unbelievable. So we really felt the moms were the perfect vehicle to tell the story.
He says the organized anti-LGBTQ+ groups were just looking for a winning issue.
They went from the anti-BLM to anti-vax, It just kept shifting. It kept changing. Like a new culture war point would come up, and then they would all shift over. But the trans wedge is really the one that they've stuck with and has been the most effective for them.
Romano says the school board fights are a national story, one he thinks can't wait for the traditional route many documentary films take. There's a GoFundMe to help them with finishing costs, but in the meantime, they're hosting screenings for community groups. For more information about screening the film, go to momsclubfilm.com. Andrew Dyer, KPBS News.
San Diego's youngest students will have less access to screens in school next year. The San Diego Unified School Board approved a resolution last night, kicking off a review of classroom technology use. KPBS education reporter Katie Anastas says parents are still pushing for tighter restrictions.
This fall, students will no longer have access to YouTube or gaming platforms on their school laptops. Students in transitional kindergarten won't have Chromebooks in their classrooms. The district also plans to create grade-level guidelines and time limits for using laptops.
Technology should be a tool that supports teachers' work, not a substitute for the relationships, human interaction, professional judgment, and critical thinking at the heart of a great education.
The move comes after months of advocacy by local parents.
It is a great first step towards future measured reform.
Erin Payne with Schools Beyond Screens says they'll keep pushing for
age-appropriate reform for middle and high school students who also suffer from excessive screen time, just as our youngest kiddos do. A real moratorium on all student-facing generative AI, and public disclosure of technology investments, because this is a public taxpayer-funded institution after all.
Her group points to changes just approved in Los Angeles. Yesterday, LA Unified's board approved a final version of a screen time policy it's been working on since April. It prohibits screen use until second grade and sets daily and weekly limits for other grades. Families of students in all grades will have to opt in to taking devices home.
It's not often that we get from resolution to policy in such a quick period of time, so I just want to appreciate the rapid efforts that were made to implement this, and certainly there's a lot of urgency, so I appreciate that we're meeting the moment.
Back in San Diego, district leaders plan to set time limits for laptops by winter break. They say part of next year's work will be to train families about parental control tools. Just 1,400 families have made parent accounts on Blocksy. That's the district's online safety software.
Many families don't know that they are able to use it to lock down certain websites, certain platforms on their students' computers at home. And so we have work to do to educate families.
The district's technology teams say they'll give an update to the board in January. Katie Anastas, KPBS News.
A lot of families are headed to our coast to escape the humidity and the heat, but it turns out the biggest weather may be at the beach. A strong south swell is keeping local lifeguards on alert. There have been more than 300 water rescues across San Diego County since last Sunday. And at Windansea Beach in La Jolla, lifeguards tell our media partner KGTV that they average about 40 rescues a day.
It's always a good idea to check with the lifeguard before going in the water if not very familiar with the area, because rip currents can occur in some areas that they haven't previously that day, and yeah, they're hard to spot unless you have a very trained eye or in the water all the time.
Lifeguards say if you do get caught in a rip current, don't fight it. Float, stay calm, and swim parallel to the shore until you're out of that current. With more surf and strong rip currents expected tomorrow, they're urging everyone to swim near a lifeguard tower and know the conditions before you go in.
Well, if you are sick of the temperatures above our historical averages, the heat is over. The cooling trend is kicking in, is what I'm trying to say. Thank you in part to the marine layer. Now, here's the thing. We are going to bring those low clouds and fog all the way to the mountain slopes with the way that this marine layer is deepening the next couple of days. So heads up for first thing in the morning. Also starting tomorrow through the early parts of the weekend, we're talking about some stronger wind gusts for our mountain and desert communities, mainly 30, 40 plus mile per hour gusts. So certainly not enough to do any major damage or anything like that, but does heighten our fire danger and also can blow some things around. It can have some impacts to your day for sure, but we're not talking about a major wind event that's going to really cause a lot of havoc. Taking a look at temperatures overnight tonight, we're in this mid-70s still for Borrego Springs, 55 for Ramona, and 63 Oceanside, 65 towards San Diego. As we look ahead to tomorrow, well, here's our range. So we're going 72 Oceanside, 79 Escondido, 80s for Ramona, and still in the triple digits by the time we get to Borrego Springs. That does come to an end thanks to our cooling trend if you're sick of the triple digits. Let's start with the coast, though, where we go from 74 down to 72. Now, I know I mentioned the cooling trend starts now, and along the coast you're seeing the temperatures bump up a bit, but this is a little bit more the exception to the rule, and 2 degrees here or there. I'm not sure you're going to notice too much of a difference along the coast, as we tend to have, more of that moderating effect. Further inland, here's what I'm talking about. So low 80s Thursday, Friday, then we go back down to the 70s by Saturday. We're at 75 for your Sunday. Taking a look at our mountain communities, keep in mind the wind. Friday, we have that statement in there, winds picking up. So this is your heads up. 70s down to 60s. Now we do a 10-degree jump Sunday to Monday. That's probably the biggest temperature swing that you're going to notice over the next 5 days here. And then we take a look at our desert communities, and hey, one more day of the triple digits. Then we get a break. Now, is 98 that much better than 103? I mean, you'll probably notice a little bit of a difference, but definitely by the time we get to 93 and 90, just in time for the weekend. Plan your outdoor activities accordingly. For KPBS News, I'm AccuWeather's Anna Azalian.
Here's a look at what we're working on for tomorrow in the KPBS newsroom. Despite the reopening of the Strait of Hormuz and the resulting reduction of the price of fertilizer, U.S. farmers are still struggling. Why they say they likely won't see any relief for months on NPR's Morning Edition. And you can find tonight's stories on our website, kpbs.org. Thanks for joining us. I'm Maya Trabulsi. Have a great evening.
Major funding for KPBS Evening Edition has been made possible in part by Bill Howe Family of Companies, providing San Diego with plumbing, heating, air, restoration, and flood services for over 45 years. Call 1-800-BILL-HOWE or visit billhowe.com. And by the Conrad Prebys Foundation, Darlene Marcos Shiley, and by the following: and by viewers like you. Thank you.